So you want to hit $10,000 a month as an online trainer, and you probably watched a lot of YouTube videos about it, or maybe even bought a course or two, but you're still stuck making less than you actually should be making. And I get it, there's so much conflicting advice out there. One tells you to run Facebook ad, another says you need a huge Instagram following, and one tells you need to make complex funnels. It's honestly overwhelming. But here's the thing, I've helped online trainers generate more than $200,000 without spending a dime on ads. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how we do it. No complicated strategies, no overwhelming systems, just what works. And if you stick around till the end, you'll have everything you need to finally break that income barrier that you are facing. So I'm gonna start with organic outreach strategy. Now, why do I want to start here? It's because 99% of the coaches get stuck in this exact position: how to reach out to clients properly. So I'm gonna go through what most trainers get wrong and how you fix it. The most common mistake: you send generic, salesy, cold outreach messages. You copy paste the exact same message to 100 people, and then you wonder why you're not getting any replies. You don't even try to build any relationship, you just move straight to a sale. And then you think focusing on quantity over quality will get you results. Like, it doesn't really matter if you send 100 or 200 or 300 messages a day. You're still only getting like 5 or 10% replies. On the other hand, if someone has a structured system, they'll send 30 DMs and they'll get 15 replies. Now, how do you fix all this? So instead of sending the same old generic message, let's do a little bit of research, right? Let's put in some real work. So let's do some research. So whenever you go on a profile of your lead, let's see what they're posting, right? So let's see, okay, this guy posts some pictures of him in the gym, this guy goes on a vacation, this guy has a problem with his nutrition because you see him eating cheesecake all the time. Then when you send a message, it has to be personalized, because I like to put myself in the shoes of my prospects, and I want you to do the same. If I see someone who texted me and I see that he's clearly invested some of his time into my life, I'm gonna feel obligated to reply. What I like to do best is see what they posted, drop a like, drop a comment. So let's say someone posted a video of themselves working out in the gym. So just like the video, comment, hey, respect the hustle, man. And then you send a DM, hey, I saw your video working out. Well, are you trying to put on some size or trying to lose some weight? So when that person, your prospect, looks, okay, this person has a great physique and he has personally invested his time into liking my post, commenting on it, and then DMing. Now he feels obligated to reply back, and then you take the conversation from there. Now I don't want you to make the same mistake once again, because as soon as they reply, if you just go straight into selling once again, you lose the sale. You gotta lead with value first. You gotta talk like you're the friend. You don't talk like you're a salesperson. Now in this specific case, people are either on the left or they're on the right, and the sweet spot is in the middle. And what I mean by this whole thing is, they either start selling right away or they don't sell right away and they ask a lot of questions. Now I'm going to tell you this, nobody wants to be sold and nobody wants to be interviewed by a nobody. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description which has the exact framework that you can use to land more prospects into a sales call. And after using these simple tactics, you'll of course get a higher response rate, and most importantly, you will get qualified prospects into your sales call. Like, you don't want to have people who are broken and cannot afford your membership, of course. So you will have qualified people in your sales call if you follow this exact framework. So let's get into the sales call system now. Now this is the most important part of the whole process. From the DMs, from the close, the sales call is where you get the money in your pocket. So here's what most trainers get wrong in their sales call. You wing sales call with no structure, you suck at objection handling, you create no urgency, and you undercharge because you're not confident in your services. So how do you fix all these problems now? You have to develop a repeating sales process. Now I'm not gonna be the person who gives you a script for your calls and be like, okay, this is what works, because in a lack of better words, that's bullshit. There's not a single script which all the trainers can use and get clients like this. It just doesn't exist. You just have to find a way that works for you. Don't listen to the people online who are telling you use this script or that script, because something works for this guy doesn't mean that it's gonna work for this guy as well. Different personalities needs different scripts, because someone can be funny and use those traits in the sales call, but some other guy who cannot be funny, if he uses the same script as this person, it's just gonna be awkward and he'll never close. But come up with a script yourself. But I can give you a structure. So the structure is simple. First thing you're gonna be doing is discovery. Ask question about the prospect, and then there's value stacks, give some solutions, and then there's objections, and then there's close. It's discovery, value stack, objections, and close. Start with discovery, go to value, then go to objections, then drop the close. Do not depend on courses or YouTube videos to master this skill. The only way you can master it completely is do it and then learn from your mistakes. Go on to 50 sales calls, record all of the videos, and then watch it again and again and again and note down all the mistakes you make. Just give yourself the feedback. That's what's gonna make you a perfectionist, not some videos or courses you see online, because you you know your style, not me and not the other person. Now let's talk about acquiring clients, client acquisition, because you'll never get to the sales call or the outreach if you don't know how to get to these prospects or how to make these prospects come to you. So here's what most trainers get wrong. You try to be on every single platform, you focus on gaining followers, you focus on vanity metrics, you have no strategic platform domination, and you do broadcasting instead of relationship building. And here's exactly how you can fix this. Pick one platform where your ideal clients are, and that's most likely Instagram. And now I'm not saying stick with Instagram your entire life. I'm just saying focus on this until it expands and then move on to YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. And that's only because all the platforms are very different. The algorithms are very different on YouTube Shorts than Reels and TikTok. It's completely different. The same videos don't work in all the platforms. They don't perform the same in all the platforms. So if you just make neutral videos which you post on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it's usually not gonna work because you have to understand how the algorithm of a specific platform works, and then you have to make video which aligns with it. And you cannot do that if you're posting on 3 different platforms. And then try to build relationships instead of broadcasting your program or broadcasting that you're an online trainer. Just build relationships, give out value, help people out, and then they are willing to pay you. Now if you just take care of these simple things in client acquisition, you'll not have any problem. So now let's move on to content. Okay, so you got the sales systems, you got your program, but what exactly should you post? So here's what most trainers get wrong. The most common mistake: you share workout tips instead of business results. You post generic motivational content, and your content has no clear connection to the offer. And here's exactly how you fix this. There's 3 types of content that you have to post. There's connection content, there's value content, and there's proof content. So you have to talk about yourself, you have to give value, and you have to show who you help. That's connection, value, and proof. In your connection content, you need to have a unique personality which people like. Because just so you know, the business you're in right now is not an online training business. It's a sales and marketing business. So you need to sell yourself because people can buy programs anywhere. So you need to make yourself unique so that people will trust you, and that you can only do by posting connection content which makes people like you. Now, it should make some other kind of people hate you. That's what makes you unique to a certain kind of people who think, okay, I like this person and I would love for him or her to help me with my journey. And the most important part is you can post all the connection content, all the value content that you like, but if you're not posting results and case studies, people aren't gonna trust you. Now, if you don't got any results, you're too soon to be charging money for your service. You gotta do it for free until you gather at least 5 or 10 results or testimonials. You need to provide value to your viewers while connecting this content to your offer. So how do you do that? Here's my client John, and here's how he lost 100 pounds while eating fast food every single day. Now that's interesting. And now the people who are in the same situation as this person are invested in your video, and they also know that this person was your client, so they know that you have the capacity to help them as well. Now let's talk about retention and scaling. Now I can make a whole 1 hour long video on this specific topic because it's so deep and so important, because the whole scaling structure of your business relies on this. If you want a video where I specifically talk about this topic, just tell me in the comments. So let's talk about this a little bit right now. Here's what most trainers get wrong. You only focus on getting new clients and don't focus on how you can increase the LTV, which is the lifetime value of your current client. You have no systematic testimonial collection, and you got poor client success systems. How do you fix all these things? You need to create client check-in systems on applications like Trainerize or Everfit, where you can add your clients, you can give them tasks, you can give them daily challenges, you can track their progress, you can have them in a community so you can celebrate their wins publicly, which will, of course, build you much more trust. You need to systematically collect testimonials. Now, what do I mean by that? If the goal of your client is to lose 60 pounds, you need to take 3 testimonials from this person. One when they lose 20 pounds, another when they lose 20 pounds, and another when they lose 20 pounds. This live progress of your clients is equivalent to 100 testimonials which don't show any results. Because happy clients is the best marketing tool. It's not paid ads, it's not organic marketing. It's landing one client, giving him the best that you can do, and because their body is visible to everyone, of course, they will talk about it, and you will be referred, and that referral will give you 10 other referrals. So this system that you organize for your clients has to be top notch, no compromises, because if there is compromise, you will never scale. Ever. Look, maybe it's a lot to take in, but here's the thing, you don't need to do everything at once. Just pick one area that resonates with you and start there. Even small improvements can make a huge difference. You can definitely take what I shared and run it yourself. Some people do that and make it work eventually. But if you're thinking this makes sense, but I don't know where to start, or you're thinking I don't want to spend another year trying to figure it out the hard way, then maybe we should chat. I work with a group of trainers one-on-one and help them implement the system properly. It's not for everyone. I'm very selective with who I work with. But if you're actually serious about growing your business and you want someone to be there for you and guide you through it, click the link below in the description and we'll see if it makes sense for us to work together. Either way, hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next video.